Hello and welcome to the market update from 1st of April to 5th of April 2024. Let's start with the global news. US came out with a manufacturing PMI which grew for the first time to 50.3 in for the month of March in the last one and a half years, as the production has rebounded sharply and new orders have been due. But the employment rate at the factories remained subdued and prices for input was pushed higher. On the other hand, Japan's factory activity contracted for this 10th month. The final manufacturing PMI number was 48.2 in the month of March. This was highest level since November, but was better than February's 47.2. This marks the fastest pace of contraction in Japan's manufacturing index in over 3.5 years. India also came out with a manufacturing PMI and services PMI number. If we look at the Indian manufacturing PMI index, it rose to 59.1. The latest reading was the fastest growth in the factory output since February 2008, as the output and new orders grew most in the nearly 3.5 years, with the new export orders rising most since 2022. Service PMI index also rose to 61 1.2. It marked the 32nd straight month in which the service PMI has been growing for the Indian economy, and was the strongest rate since mid 2010. On the US Treasury 10-year Treasury bond yield, the bonds yield are still rising, and closed at 4.4, spooked by this high bond yield prices and the higher oil prices, and the news from the Fed that the rate cuts might not happen as soon as they were expected. The global market was down for the week. We saw that the US market was down close to 1%. European market closed down by 0.5 to 0.8%. Asian markets was also down with the Nikkei, uh, Singapore, and Chinese market down. With Indian market ended positive with 0.8% in Gift Nifty. Oil was trading at a price of $90.86 a barrel. FIS for the week were net seller. They sold close to 3,835.75 crores, whereas DIS bought in a surprising very less quantity of equity, that is zero point zero 0.02 crores in the week. Gold in a surprise move was trading at 70,000 599.10 for 10 grams, up by 4.13 as compared to the last one. This is the highest price that gold has achieved till now. RBI met last week and they came out with they kept the repo rate constant. RBI gave out a commentary that they are committed to keeping the inflation in the range of 4%. Currently, the food inflation is the biggest challenge that they are facing. This is indicating that rate cuts are still far as it seemed as of now. Impact by the all these factors, the Indian market was still bounced back. Sensex was up by 0.8%. Nifty Bank was up by 2.9%. Nifty Mid Cap was up by 4%. Nifty Small Cap was 7.1%. If we look at the valuation, Nifty 50 trailing PE had reached 23.1, which is about 2 years average and below 5 years average. Nifty Midcap 150 trailing PE is at 28.91, above 2 years and 5 years average. Nifty small cap is trending at 27.3, above 2 years average and just about 5 years average. If we look at the Buffet indicator, which is the total market cap to GDP, it is currently it shows that it's currently fairly priced at 98% percent. So on the valuation front, we think the market's a bit pricey with the last week's price. So now let's see how the candle charts, what candle charts are indicating. If we move to the Nifty 50, we saw that in the last week the Nifty made a new high. But after that, it continued to stay in the range bound of 22,300 to 22,600 level, with 22,525 acting as a strong resistance on the daily charts. In the weekly pattern, it showed that we can see that there's a strong resistance coming at 22,525 level, which was the previous high. and it has led. We saw in the we could see that in the weekly pattern there was a three candle pattern which was formed, which showed a reversal. But at the top there's we can see there's a spinning top, which might indicate that the next week the Nifty might come down, and which shows that there's a weakness in the Nifty as of now. On the mid cap front, Nifty mid cap on the daily chart shows that showed a significant up move, and it broke the previous highs of 49,800, but it met a resistance at 5,000, 50,000 level, and and it went down to 40, again went down to 49,800. But however, it could not sustain that level and managed to close above 49,800 levels, indicating that the bulls are still strong in the mid cap segment. On the weekly front, if you look at the on the weekly charts also show that there was a big green candle which was formed, showing that the momentum in the mid cap is still positive. On the small cap front, the same thing is follow, even though it has not been able to break the previous high, but we could see that there's a strong up move trend in the small cap on the daily pattern and even on the weekly pattern with a big green candle coming up in this way. If we move to the Indian bond markets now, Indian 10 years government bond is currently at 7.117%. The yield curves again are flat, indicating that there's a bit of volatility in the market. So that is from my side. Hope you gain some insight from the market. Do share, subscribe, and follow us for more weekly updates.